All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace up the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the All Sports All Play ASAP Network. And we had some good football games on for you this afternoon. Some clinching scenarios that didn't happen. Some very good football being played in that 3 o'clock hour, 4 o'clock Eastern time hour. But I'm Trey. I'm here to talk a little bit about all those afternoon slated games and pregame of tonight's game. And with me today is Michael. Michael, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Oh, man, I'm on cloud nine, buddy. I am on cloud nine. Oh, man, I can't believe we're here. I can't believe Week 16 is almost done.
I know.
Still a lot of playoff scenarios. AFC is jam-packed. Anyone's game. Jets are on a winning streak. Man, it's weird. It's a weird time right now. But anyway, so let's recap a little bit of this afternoon games before we talk about a little preview. Let's get this one out of the way. Let's talk a little bit about the Washington football team versus the Carolina Panthers. What was your biggest takeaway from this game, Michael?
You know something? I expected them to come out a little bit better than what they did. I felt that, they had some playoff implications, and they just came out flat. And Carolina obviously came through and ended up beating Washington pretty handily, 2013.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to lie to you. I was on Twitter today, and I saw the inactives, and I saw it last night that Alex Smith wasn't playing and Haskins was playing. And then that report came out that Washington's going to be done with Haskins probably after this season. So I knew right there, Washington's mindset probably wasn't going to be right, even though there was a lot of implications going on. They could have wrapped up the division today. But yes, Brandon, I said Jets on a winning streak. They've won 2 in a row. That is a winning streak. If you don't think so, don't at me, okay? Don't ruin my good mood right now, man. Come on the show and debate me, brother. But
let's do it.
Oh, yep, Cam Chancellor, man, the best debater says Bengals are playing some good ball too. But but yeah, Washington had their division set, but now they're in a winner to lose situation because with that loss, man, let's just be honest, Haskins is gone. Haskins is done for. He shouldn't have been a captain. I don't even know why he was a captain. He was at the gentleman's club when there was a pandemic going on. He's not showing he's a true leader of this team. He's not accurate. He's not. Urban Meyer, his former college coach, said he shouldn't be in this draft, or he shouldn't have been drafted early. And well, I guess we should have listened to him because this guy is not a professional athlete. This guy is very wildly inaccurate. He doesn't know how to push the ball down the field. Teddy Bridgewater for the Carolina Panthers, he didn't do a lot, but he had enough just to win the game. He had 197 yards for 1 touchdown. Then again, the Panthers didn't have Christian McCaffrey, but they didn't need him with that defense, with Haskins on the ball, basically giving you good field position all game long. But I will say this, Chase Young, man, the defensive end for the Washington football team, man, he's showing out. He's showing why he's the number 2 overall pick, and he's playing some good ball right now, putting his money up for Defensive Player of the Year. But
he's definitely a man.
Yes, he's a force to be reckoned with. And this Washington football team is not a bad. That defense is stacked. That defense is one of the best in the league. But man, my gosh, that offense needs help at quarterback. And I don't think Alex Smith, even if he does come back next week, I don't think he's going to be the answer for one game. This Philadelphia Eagles team hates Washington. It's a divisional game. It's not an easy win. I'm just saying, Washington has a dogfight, and the Cowboys have life. And Cowboys and Giants, the winner of that game, are looking promising to win a division. I wouldn't have said that 3 weeks ago. Very stretch of imagination, but man, Washington fumbled an opportunity to win a division, and now with that being said, we'll get into that a little bit later. There's only 3 teams left in the NFC least, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But we did have a clinching scenario today. In the other game, we'll get to that in a little bit. I forgot about this game. We got to talk about Nate the Great's Broncos and Chargers. You have any insight on this game? What your feelings were about this game?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Well, I definitely got insight because I had the Chargers winning by more than 3, and it was a push. So I'm not very happy about that right now, to be honest with you.
Oh man,
I'm not happy at all. I expected them to come out rock and rolling, and obviously they didn't. So, but anyway, a win is a win. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, Chargers got that big lead to start off, and Broncos came firing back, and then Chargers made a late push and kicked the field goal to win it. But there's no denying. If you're the Broncos, do you look for a quarterback in this draft, or are you set with Drew Lock for another year?
Now what pick do they have?
We don't know yet, but I think
that would play an important role as to what pick they have if they should go for another quarterback.
I tell you what, if Justin Fields, Nate the Great says, "I'm glad we lost." Cough, cough, higher draft pick. That's true. That's true. But I tell you what, if Justin Fields, quarterback for Ohio State, is still on the table in the Bronx, I'm picking him up. I am. He's not bad. Not bad at all. I know he had a bad game against Northwestern in the Big Ten championship game, but man, Justin Fields, he's a lot better than Drew Lock. He gives you a better run pass option, better accuracy, and I think with John Elway just needs a quarterback since Peyton Manning. He hasn't found that right guy yet. Drew Lock can be that guy. I mean, he competed 24 passes out of 47, 264 yards and 0 touchdowns, and had 2 interceptions. But there's times Drew Lock looks really good, or some like potentially good, and then there's times like, oh, why did this guy get drafted? But, I agree. But the Denver Broncos are pretty I mean, their defense is going to get better next year. Von Miller's going to be back next year. Yes. Their running game is going to get better. Their offensive line is going to get healthier. So, but man, can we just talk about Justin Herbert and what the year he is having? He wasn't even expected to see the field this year. Justin Herbert is going to be a rookie of the year, and I would not have thought that going into the season, first 5 games of the season. But this guy is looking like a veteran. This guy is a stud. And I didn't see that at Oregon. I didn't see the accuracy in Oregon that he has right now. And this guy is just dialing it up, pinpointing right at the receivers, right where they need to be, throwing the receivers wide open. And golly, let's talk about Justin Herbert and the stellar season he's having.
I had no idea he was going to be this good. I didn't anticipate him being and playing as well as he has. And wow. Yeah, he's definitely going to get Rookie of the Year, and there's no doubt about it. He's playing fantastic. It's tough to come in at your rookie season with all that pressure on you, and he's lived up to our expectations, man. He's doing his thing, having a great year.
Yeah, I thought for sure Tua, Tua was either going to take it or somebody else, but Tua is having not a bad year, but he just has a lot of learning curves and stuff like that. So. Man, Justin Herbert's just playing on another level right now. I can't believe I'm saying that because I watched him at Oregon. I didn't think he was a great quarterback, and I love Oregon, I love watching Oregon play. Adam Barber, no one saw it because he was supposed to be a backup. That is right, and that's where I was going with that, but you beat me to the punch. But what I'm saying is, even when he was going to play, I didn't see him being this elite and had this, good. He's not elite, but man, this guy is looking phenomenal and a promising future. I'll tell you that right now. But that's enough about Nate the Great's Broncos and their loss today. I'm sorry, Nate the Great. But, man, we did have a clinching scenario today where we were going to have it no matter what. But let's get into it. The Rams and the Seahawks. The Rams win, they clinch a playoff spot. Seahawks win, they clinch the division. Seahawks, it was a tough battle in the first half. Defense steps up. It was 6-6 at one point. Seahawks and Russell Wilson did their thing in the second half, outscoring the Seattle Seahawks in that second half by a score of 14-3. Russell Wilson showing the world why he's a top 3 quarterback in the league. You can keep him down for so long, but man, he's going to pull it out the end. Seahawks love these close games, and Seahawks, I'm telling you, they're one Packer loss away from being the number one overall seed, and I did not see that coming this season. I thought the Seahawks were a playoff team, but I didn't see this a number 2 team or number 1 seed team in the NFC by any stretch of imagination, just because of that defense. But man, that defense stepping up a little bit, only holding the Rams to 9. But let's talk about Will's favorite quarterback, Jared Goff, and how he stinks to high heaven.
Oh man,
he missed 20 passes today, man, 20. And Brandon Herrera says, "Will pull some bigger bum, Goff or Haskins." That's easy.
Ooh, Haskins.
Haskins. I agree with you, Will. That's not even – at least Goff made it to a Super Bowl. At least he can have that under his belt, where Haskins ain't even going to have a team next year. But, yeah, so what was your thoughts of this game? Were you surprised at how low-scoring the game was with the lack of defense from Seattle, or you thought it was going to be a tight-knit game and Russell Wilson then we're going to pull it out?
You know, at the pregame this morning, I anticipated that was going to be a low-scoring game. But, you know, Mr. Wilson's had some bad games previously, but I figured he would step up and, you know, give Seattle a fighting chance to win. And obviously that's what he did. And they look pretty good, man. You know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. You know what I mean? So obviously Seattle's going to be tough to beat, and they're going to have to be reckoned with.
They're going to be tough in the playoffs if they have to go through that 12. I know there's no fans this year, but man, going to Seattle and playing it is tough enough, and they're going to be a tough out this year because Russell Wilson he's a fighter, he's a leader, he's won a Super Bowl, he should have won 2 Super Bowls, so I'm going to be started on that with Pete Carroll and all that against the New England Patriots. But man, Russell Wilson, he was 20 for 32, 225 yards, 1 TD, 0 interceptions. Jared Goff was 24 for 43, 0 touchdowns, 1 INT. I'm sorry, Jared Goff is a bum. I'm sorry. I agree with Will. I was giving this guy credit. I was like, okay. He went to a Super Bowl. He looked lights out. But with Jared Goff, and I said this ever since he became drafted, Madison Evans, go Steelers. Nobody expected him to win, but they pulled it off. Not necessarily Madison. Actually had them winning this game today against the Colts because this is typical Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Pittsburgh is still who Pittsburgh is. They're going to throw the ball. And Indianapolis stopped doing what made Indianapolis defense great. And Ben Roethlisberger and the receivers had a great game. Now, don't mind you that through 3 quarters, the Pittsburgh Steelers only had 5 rushing yards. They have to start running the football. Even though they won today, they have to run the football in the playoffs. We saw it today. If you don't run the football, the receivers are great, but they also drop a lot of passes. They don't push the ball. They don't throw the ball down the field a lot. But, man, when you have to go to Kansas City, when you have to go to these cold weather stadiums, and Pittsburgh is one of those cold weather stadiums, you have to run the football. That's why it wins championship games. I do. And Ben Roethlisberger, I'm just going to say it, needs to retire after this year. He looks horrible. He looks old. He looks really, really old. He's not like Tom Brady. He's not like Drew. He doesn't take care of his body like they do. So absolutely. I'm just going to say. But I had actually them. I didn't see them losing 4 straight after that loss against the Bengals. They came out slow today, but they put the pedal to the metal in the second half, and they got a great victory in that. So congratulations to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I will say this, Pittsburgh fans, even though you hate the Baltimore Ravens, with that win, you basically just gave the Ravens a chance to be in the playoffs. So congratulations on that part. So, but man, getting back to the Seattle Rams game, man. Oh man, Rams are if you hit Jared Goff and one thing goes bad on the first series, the whole game goes bad for Jared Goff. I've been saying that since he came out of California. This guy is not an elite quarterback. He's a product of Sean McVay's offense. If you get him out in the bootleg and get him pinpointing pattern, then everything's great. But if one thing goes wrong, then it's over with. He's down for the whole rest of the game. You see, and that we have 3 years of tape on him on that. So there's nothing new about that. And let's just talk about this. Russell Wilson was not the leading rusher in the Seattle Seahawks offense. It was actually Chris Carson today with 16 carries and 69 yards. Okay. That was shocking. Metcalf had a pretty good game. He had 59 yards receiving, and Moore showed out with a big game, and Holster with the clutching game-winning touchdown at the end of the game. So Russ Wilson, I will give credit to the Seattle Seahawks and that defense, not allowing a touchdown again in this game, only allowing the field goals. And it's always like that with the Seattle Los Angeles Rams, man. It's always close and slow scoring. But golf is slowly becoming worse than a system Q. It's starting to look like that. After its mid-season performances and look like he's starting to line up again, he's starting to go way downhill. So I do agree with Will on that one by every stretch of the imagination. But congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks. They clinched the NFC West. Sets up a great matchup between I don't know, are the Rams playing the Cardinals this week?
Yes, they are. In LA. Yes, they are.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
That could be interesting. Could be very interesting.
Cardinals need it. Cardinals are outside of the play. They call golf Mr. Perfect because everything doesn't go perfect. He'll blow it. That is very true. Will, I think you need to get on and rant about golf, man. I know you don't like him.
Come on, Will. Man, come on in.
Man, I'm going to just talk a little bit about the playoff before I talk about – there's a reason I haven't got to this last game yet because I'm trying to mellow it down a little bit. I'm trying to calm down.
Okay.
But man, I'll give it up. Will is a Bears fan. If you watch this network, he's from the Bears, and Charlie Perry. There is a few backup quarterbacks that would be suitable for the Rams. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to talk about the play. Man, the Bears went 5-0, lost 6 straight. And now they are in the number 7 slot with the Arizona Cardinals blowing that egg against the San Francisco 49ers. Oh, my gosh. Will Polston, man, are you excited or what? Your team is – Mitch Trubisky's fixing to get a huge contract extension. Something happened when he came back. Man, this is a different quarterback. Yes, he's still a little fragile here and there, but, man, he's lining it up right now. He's playing some good football. If you're the Bears, man, if you're the Bears, I might be thinking about it. I mean,
you know what's good, Trey? That sets up a great game next week. It sets up a real good matchup next week. It's gonna be sight to see, man. I'm telling you, that's gonna be a good game. Definitely gonna be a good game.
Which one? The Cardinals, Rams?
No.
Bears, Packers.
Yes, absolutely.
Man.
Yes, that's gonna be a great game, and it's gonna be in Chicago too. I tell you, that's setting up a good week. That's gonna be something else.
You know what? And I'm excited about this. I'm very excited about this. No, Will, you're good, man. Enjoy your vacation. You deserve it. Oh man, but yeah, I'm excited because once Green Bay's big with what killed them last year in the playoffs, San Francisco popping them in the mouth, right? And they don't respond. And they don't have a team this year that can – I think the one team that can do it is the New Orleans Saints. Mm-hmm. But I don't trust I don't know. Something about New Orleans just doesn't look right to me. Brandon Rowe call us, don't forget that those Vikings blew their game that helped the Bears. We all knew that was going to happen. Vikings always blow it. Kirk Cousins is a quarterback. But the Bears, I think they won a mulligan from the first matchup. Because that wasn't the Chicago Bears defense that we all know. In the first matchup. Aaron Rodgers having his way against them, wide open receivers down the field. I guarantee you that's not going to happen this next week. I think you're going to see Mac rush the – I think he's going to have a field day against Aaron Rodgers. I think the Raiders are going to pop him in the mouth. The running back, Robinson, man, he's over 1,000 yards rushing this year. Who would have thought that at the beginning of the year? Their quarterback, Mitch Trubisky, is lining it up. I don't care what Will says about him or anything, but he's playing some very good football since coming back from injury. So, and I think he's saving his job, to be honest with you. And I was ready to toss him over. Hey, I think he's saving his job. But, man, that's going to be a great matchup. And, man.
With Trubisky, man, he was on the verge of being benched. And for him to come back and have the year that he's having, that's testimony to his insight, and he's playing lights up right now. You know what I mean? So Oh, like I said, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So they're ready to roll. If you ask me.
They are, man, and it's in Green. It's in Chicago, so
it's in Chicago. Yes,
it is in Chicago.
Yes, the 1 o'clock game.
I bet that's gonna be flexed out. Golf is better than Foles and Haskins, or whatever.
Oh,
Will's having a heyday right now. Will's in hog heaven like me, man. He's in heaven.
I can tell.
His team is in the playoff picture. They're actually in the 7th slot right now because Arizona led in A, and that's what I was scared of. I picked Arizona to get in the playoffs, but I was also like, they're heckle and jive, man. They're like, you don't know what you're going to get from the Arizona Cardinals. They look great one week, and then they look abysmal the following week. You just don't know what you're going to get from Cliff Kingsbury in that offense. And Kyle Murray, I love him to death. I hope he strides, but he still has strides to get there. I think this team's still 1 or 2 years away. They need to shore up their defense by every stretch of the imagination as well. But, man, okay, 20 minutes is long enough. I got to get to this game.
Okay.
As everyone knows, okay, Madison. I mean, it was the Jags, though. Right, but they demolished the Jags. They didn't let them hang around. They did what they had to do. That Jags defense is no slouch either. That Jags defense is, I mean, they're not the best, but they're no slouch. And it wasn't just that game. It was the previous games, too, that Mr. Trubisky's, I mean, ever since he came back, I'm telling you, this team responds to him. I don't know what it is, but this team responds to him. I don't know. Just laying out the facts there for you. All right, let's get to this Philadelphia Dallas Cowboys game. Now, I'm going to let you go first. What was your impression? Did the Cowboys starting to look better on defense, or did the Hurts and Peterson basically just lose momentum and just stop doing what was working for them?
You know, again, at the pregame this morning, out of the crew, I was the only one that picked the Cowboys to win. I definitely think that, they started off slow, but things started picking up. And Hurts, I don't know. I'm still skeptical about Hurts right now. I mean, he's got a good future ahead of him, but I don't know, man. I think the Cowboys definitely are playing a lot better than they were at the beginning of the year. No doubt.
They are, and that's why I texted my cousin today that as well. This is a different Dallas Cowboy team. You're starting to – Andy Dalton looks a lot better. He looks more comfortable with these wideouts. They're on the same page. This defense, yes, they're rushing. It's still dead last. The rushing defense is still dead last in the league. But saying all that, going into this game, they had to stop Jalen Hurts in that run game. That was going to hurt them. In that first series, they ran for 50 yards. I'm like, here we go again. They're going to give up over 600 yards rushing today. It's typical Dallas Cowboys defense. But after watching the first drive and they started settling down a little bit, and man, I think they were just overhyped, and I think they're just ready to roll. And then the Deshaun Jackson thing, oh my gosh, he's a Dallas Cowboy killer. And they gave up a bomb 14-3. I love Deshaun Jackson, but man, he's playing for the wrong team. I mean, he should have. But man, the Dallas Cowboys defense is starting to look a little bit more better. That's not even a word, but whatever the case may be. They're looking better and better each week. They are starting to look like, I mean, they're not the best defense in the world. And I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm not one of these delusional Dallas Cowboy fans that say they're going to win the Super Bowl every show. But I'm telling you, with Dak Prescott coming back next year, that defense in the secondary is young. This Dallas Cowboy team, now I'm on the mindset they need to lose this defensive coordinator. I don't like Mike Nolan. I never liked Mike Nolan. Didn't like him when he was in Green Bay. He was not a very good defensive coordinator in my stretch of imagination. But, man, with these wideouts getting healthy, the offensive line's going to be back next year. Zeke's starting to run a little bit better. Tony Pollard. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
When I saw that Zeke Elliott was active for this game I'm going to play, I was like, no, why? Tony Pollard is falling out right now. And that's what I've been trying to say. That's why I was not for this Zeke Elliott getting $90 million. I was like, you don't pay running backs. Tony Pollard can easily do the same thing. And plus, he's a better catcher in the backfield. He can return punts. He's a better playmaker. You can put him in the slot. You can do all these different things with him. And we're starting to see that these last 3 weeks as well. But Dallas Cowboys, man, they're starting to, yes, they played a light schedule. But, man, how bad are they kicking themselves in the foot right now but not winning that Washington game on Thanksgiving? If they would have beat Washington on Thanksgiving, this would have been totally different. And Cowboys probably would have clinched the division today.
And they play the Giants next week.
They got the Giants, who are not looking so good right now, but it is in New York. So. But Dallas Cowboys go into the game. They only had a 4% chance of winning the division. I bet you that's up to 55% now, or 50%.
Imagine if they end up winning the division. Now imagine that.
Oh my God! Can you imagine these Dallas Cowboy fans getting on Twitter, getting on Facebook? Oh my God! but getting back to this game, man, the key aspect of this game, the key thing in this game was Fletcher Cox being hurt, not coming back.
Right.
When he went out, they weren't getting a pass rush, and Andy Dalton had all day to throw to these wideouts and had CeeDee Lamb wide open. Michael Gallup had himself a field day today. He had 6 receptions for 121 yards, and Amari Cooper had 4 receptions for the same amount of yards. Will says, Trey, does Dak come back? Does Dalton come back or get a new Q? Dak comes back. They're going to sign Dalton to be another backup. I guarantee you it. That's exactly what's going to happen.
You think they're going to have they're going to sign Dak to a franchise tag again?
They shouldn't. If I'm Jerry Jones, I'm giving him anything he wants. I'm sorry. He's proven why he's – if Dak Prescott was – I mean, he was having a phenomenal year the first 3 weeks. Yes, they had to throw a lot, but Dak Prescott – what people don't see in Dak understand about Dak Prescott, yeah, he's not going to light you up like an Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes or anything, but he can run the football. He knows his receivers better than anybody. He has a chemistry with Amari Cooper, and he was getting it with CeeDee Lamb until he got hurt against the Giants. But you're seeing it like Dak Prescott is the leader of this team, and the Dallas Cowboys are in almost every single game because of Dak. We saw him come back against the Atlanta Falcons. Now we all know what the Atlanta Falcons, how they blow lead. Like today, they missed a 36-yard field goal to tie it to take the Kansas City Chiefs into overtime. They gave the Kansas City Chiefs the first round, the conference, first place in the conference. So, but if I'm Jerry Jones, you saw what it is without Dak. Dak needs the Cowboys. Cowboys need Dak. I think they're both just going to agree, and I don't think they're going to franchise tag. I don't think you should do that to Dak. He betted on himself. He shows what a leader and how hard of the soul of the Dallas Cowboys is. And it took him about 14 games to finally figure out, hey, this is how we need to play, but they're starting to do it. But with Dak Prescott, They would have figured this out a lot sooner. They wouldn't have lost that Washington game. They wouldn't have lost they wouldn't have lost to they probably would have beat Pittsburgh, to be honest with you. They had the lead against Pittsburgh for the longest time. Yeah. So Dak Prescott is the sole leader, and I was never a Dak Prescott fan. I loved him off the field. I loved his personality. I loved him as a man. I loved Dak Prescott. But I'm like, I was one of these guys. I was one of the guys who, when Tony Romo got back, I love Dak. I don't trust Jones. I think Jones is if Jerry Jones is serious about winning a Super Bowl before he dies, he needs to sign Dak Prescott. There's no other quarterback out there. I mean, you're not getting Trevor Lawrence. You're not getting Justin Fields in this draft. There's no other quarterback that's higher than – and Dak's still young. And he's shown that – put this year aside, he is very reliable. He plays every game. He just had that freak injury, and he's not injury prone by any stretch of the imagination. That was a freak injury. It happened. They say he's ahead of schedule on that. So Jerry Jones, I mean, I want to put it past Jerry Jones by any stretch of the imagination to lowball Dak Prescott again. But you're seeing, if you're Jerry Jones, you're seeing, okay, Dak is our future. But going back to whenever he replaced Tony Romo, I think I was one of the guys when Tony Romo was healthy. Yes, the Dallas Cowboys were rolling, but Tony Romo never had what Dak Prescott had. He never had a great running game like they did. In 2014 they did when they went to Green Bay and should have won that game. But it wasn't like this. He didn't have an Ezekiel. He didn't have this great offensive line. Right. He didn't have receivers. He didn't have all the way. Tony Romo was doing it all by himself. And that's what people don't understand. Tony Romo was throwing the ball 55 times a game. That's why he was throwing all these late interceptions and everything like that. Tony Romo was a great, great, great quarterback. Don't at me. I'm telling you, Tony Romo was a great quarterback. If he was on any other team, I guarantee you he would have at least made it to the NFC Championship game. But I think if you put Tony Romo with Andy Reid, they would have gone to a couple Super Bowls. I'm telling you that. Don't at me. I'll argue with anybody on that subject. But anyway, yeah, I just think even though they were winning all those games in a row, I still said you need Tony Romo in the playoffs. You need Tony Romo in the playoffs. He's been there. He's the leader. But they kept that and yeah, it took a 51-yard field goal from the kicker from Green Bay to win that game. But man, but I just want to get back to this game. I blame this loss on Doug Peterson. mainly because they got out of rhythm. They stopped running the ball. They started throwing the ball a little bit more. Penalties kill them. Every time they get a drive going, they look like the Dallas Cowboys. Every time a drive comes, they always had a false start, a holding, or whatever the case may be, and pushed them back a little bit more. But, man, I knew for sure when Deshaun Jackson was active, I just knew that they were going to throw the ball deep to him. They did that one time for 81 yards, and that's all they threw it to him. So, saying all that, the Dallas Cowboys have eliminated the Philadelphia Eagles. There's 3 teams left: Eagles, Cowboys, Redskins. Redskins play the Eagles. If Eagles win, Eagles beat the Redskins. The winner of the Giants Cowboy game gets the division title.
I'm hopping on because
I know.
I think really depending on who's starting for that Washington game next week is really going to determine who's going to go into the who's going to take that division, honestly.
I would agree if Alex Smith was healthy, but to me it's up to what the Eagles are going to do. Are they going to play their starters? Are they going to try to win this game, or are they going to rest people? Because if they rest people and let Washington, then Washington's going to win this game because that defense is phenomenal. But if Jalen Hurts and all their stud and the running backs and their defense plays, then I could totally see the Eagles winning this game. And I think it's going to come. I honestly think it's coming down between the Giants and the Cowboys next week. Whoever wins that game is going to be your division championship.
I agree.
And they get a home playoff game, and they're probably going to play either the Rams. Yeah, has to be the Rams. So good luck. But now, after all that excitement, everything that went on today, we still have one fabulous game today. Ooh, it's going to be a doozy. Green Bay and Tennessee. Now it's going to be snowing, I think. I think snow's already on the ground in Green Bay.
Yes, it is. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
So with that being said, does the Tennessee Titans have any chance of dethroning Aaron Rodgers tonight?
Yes. I did pick Green Bay this morning, but with the terrible weather, I think Tennessee's going to stick to a ball control game, and then they're going to be giving the ball to Henry. And if Green Bay has difficulty keeping Henry in check, I think Tennessee's going to run away with it. But if they can hold Henry to within normal numbers, I think they get a good chance. But obviously, Henry's the key, obviously.
Nate the Great says, imagine 54-51 game in the snow. It ain't going to happen.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to. Come on, Nate. That's not going to happen.
And then after we say it's not going to happen, it's probably going to happen. So, but
you never know.
The key to this game is all Derrick Henry in the run game for the Tennessee Titans, because that Tennessee defense is horrendous. It's horrible. Let's just be honest with ourselves. It's not good. But what's one of Green Bay's biggest weakness is stopping the run. And what does Tennessee do very, very well? Will Polson need Green Bay to win, lock up the 1 seed, and sit their starters.
Oh, okay.
Wow, you have no faith in your Bears? Man, you have no faith. Okay. Getting back to this game, for the Titans to win, it's going to have to be Henry. They have to control the ball. They basically have to do what a 2016 Dallas Cowboy team did for that season. Keep the defense off the field, get the ball away from Aaron Rodgers, play ball possession. They need touchdowns instead of field goals when they get in the red zone. If you do that, you control the ball, you have a chance of winning, because Aaron Rodgers is going to it's a snow game, but, man, they have a great running back in Aaron Jones.
Yes.
He has almost 1,000 yards. He has 8 TDs this year. But Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay is pretty tough to beat. But, man, if anyone could beat it, the Tennessee Titans can with that run game with Henry. I think Henry's going to have a phenomenal game. I think he's going to start off slow, I think, a little bit in the first quarter. I think he's going to start ramming it up. As the game goes on, this guy gets better and better and better.
Sure does.
I'm just going to pick – I hate Green Bay. I'm just going to tell you straight up. I'm sorry. Sorry. I hate Aaron Rodgers. I hate Green Bay. I hate everything about y'all say the Dallas Cowboys fans are delusional. Those Green Bay Packer fans are delusional. I'm sorry. I mean, don't get me started.
Hey, but Trey, check it out, though, Trey. At the end of the game, if it's close, as my boy Stephen A. Smith said, that's a bad man. At the end of the game, put it in his hands. You better watch out, Trey. at the end of the game,
Dude,
we all
that's
know
enough.
what to do.
You really want me to go off on the show, don't you? You really want me to go off.
I guess you're gonna.
I'm fixing to. 'Cause Patrick Mahomes is your MVP this year. I'm sorry. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Oh,
I'm sorry. He's your MVP, even though he has more interceptions than Aaron Rodgers. But I'm telling you, Patrick Mahomes is a bad man.
He is. He is.
He's doing stuff Aaron Rodgers did even better. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you.
I agree. I agree with you. But I think Aaron Rodgers is going to get MVP. You heard it here.
Oh, you probably, I hate Green Bay and Rodgers.
Tell you why.
Right, Will. Thank you. I do.
You guys all hate Green Bay. Everybody hates Green Bay. What's going on?
Dude, we hate Green Bay because he's a Bear fan for one, and me, I hate Aaron Rodgers. I hate Aaron Rodgers. I mean, straight up.
Why?
I think he's cocky and arrogant for a guy who's only won one Super Bowl, who wasn't even his Super Bowl. It was Mike Holmgren's home Super Bowl, and he hasn't. He's choked. I mean, he hasn't choked. I'm not going to say he choked because he's played great football in the playoff, but he's yet to be to a championship game. He got hot at the right time against a crappy NFC teams. I'm just saying he hasn't been to a Super Bowl since they won it in Dallas, and they choke every year. And I was talking about Stephen A. Smith, but that's the reason I hate. Everyone puts Aaron Rodgers on this. He's such a he makes great throws. We never see anything like it. And you're right. But we see it with Patrick Mahomes. Does it 10 times better than what Aaron Rodgers ever did. Yes, Patrick Mahomes has better weapons. I'm going to give you that.
Yes.
But they were not this good until Patrick Mahomes took the helm. And with Andy Reid with the head of the Chiefs. We saw what they were with Alex Smith. They were good. They were great. But, man, what Patrick Mahomes did, they took him from here and went all the way up to here in a matter of a year. That is phenomenal.
There's no denying that.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Yeah, right. I agree with you. Absolutely right. I agree. I still think Aaron Rodgers is going to get MVP, though.
He probably will, just because the NFL hates me and they want to see me display and go off on the show. Conspiracy theory against me, but I mean, I'm here for it. But Patrick Mahomes is a bad man. This guy is a stud. This guy is he's going to have more. He's going to have more yards than Aaron Rodgers. He's going to have more yards or touchdowns than Aaron Rodgers. I'm saying career-wise.
Right. Okay.
But Aaron Rodgers might he's having a phenomenal year. I can't deny the guy. He's having a phenomenal year. But a lot of those times, it's those route runnings by Adams and the play calling and everything like that. Those guys are wide open now. Mahomes has a better weapons, but Chiefs only won by 3. So what? Everyone keeps telling me the Chiefs only win by 3. They don't cover the spread. They still win games. That's not what you want in the NFL. Did everyone ever tell me, it's hard to win games in the NFL, but yet they still do it week in, week out, week. And I'm going to tell you this right now. The Chiefs are bored. The Chiefs are flat out bored. There's nothing there's nothing for them right now. They're waiting until the playoffs. They're waiting to get I seriously think they get down and play these close games just to make it interesting. I really do. Just to keep their head in the game.
But something, Trey, I'm going to tell you what my belief is. Mahomes got a long career ahead of him. Aaron Rodgers' window is closing real quickly, and that's why he's going to get the MVP.
I'm with Madison. Can we see a debate between Freddie and Trey? Please, and I'd will to that too, because man, we'll go. Aaron Rodgers is a good quarterback. I'm not denying he's not a scrub. He's not anything like that. But I'm just tired of everyone saying he's a bad man. Yeah, he was 5 years ago, but right now we all know the bad man is in Kansas City, and that guy is going to win another Super Bowl this year. Don't ask.
Now, what if he plays great tonight? Would that change your mind in any way, shape, or form?
No, because Tennessee defense sucks.
Okay.
I need to see him because we saw it last year. Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. Josh Allen makes a good case, but right now it might go to John. I don't know. But it shouldn't go to Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry. Just because I don't like the guy. I'm sorry. But no, Green Bay is good at finesse football. What I mean by finesse football is the flashy, don't have to put a pop in the mouth. But when you run the ball and pop them in the mouth and keep popping them, just like the 49ers did, they can't come up from that. They can't. I'm sorry. They just can't. And everyone wants to talk about Kansas City and how they've only won these close 3-point games. Didn't the Packers just barely beat the Detroit Lions last week?
What? Yeah,
it's NFL, man. They win, they win. I'm sorry. I don't care who they play. They're all professionals. They all get paychecks. They all get out there and play. This ain't college football. I'm just saying. But no, this won't change my mind because Tennessee's defense is horrendous. Derek Carr had a good game against this Tennessee Titans team. I'm just saying. But, man, I wish I could talk about that game. I wish I could talk about that game last night. I'm going to talk about it just because I have a little bit of time. What time is it? Okay, yeah. One more, and then we'll go to predictions for tonight and then Monday night. I want to talk about what was Josh Jacobs doing? There's still going to be time left on the clock, and all they needed was a field goal. Why didn't he? 7 points is 7 points, my brother. Then look what happened. I'm just saying, you let a field goal go down and beat you, and there's still time left on the clock. Even if you would have scored, it would have been 7. They at least had to go all the way to the end zone to score. Right. Now, I would understand if you went down and you were going to drain the clock all the way down to 1, that was going to be the last play of the game. Yes, but there's still going to be 24 seconds left on that clock, and they only needed a field goal, and we saw what happened. I hate when players do they think they're doing the right thing, but just score a touch. Stop overthinking it. I wanted to see John Gruden's face so bad on the sideline after he did that. I don't know if he called that or whatever, but that's neither here or there. It happened. Raiders are going to Raider. I think it was a karma from what the New York Jets did to them a couple weeks ago. But MVP, Josh Jacobs. Oh, just kidding. Okay. So, Mr. Michael, who do you have winning tonight?
This morning I went with Green Bay. You know something? I'm going to go Green Bay 17-14 Green Bay. Sorry, Trey. That's what I'm rolling with. I think Aaron's going to pull it out.
And you're probably right. But just to make it interesting, and I'm sorry, Will, I have to do this to you. The one time you're going to go for Green Bay, they're not going to do it. I think Tennessee has too much to play for tonight. I think that they have because they lose, the AFC is stacked. We saw with the Browns. The Browns lost one game, which I'm going to talk about that later on another show sometime other soon. But what the NFL did and what they did to the Broncos, not having in wide receivers right before a game, should have delayed that game for another day or two. I'm sorry. They could have easily done that. But I think Tennessee loses. I think they're outside looking in. There's like 6 teams left, like 5 losses. So you saw it today with the Colts. The Colts lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're out on the outside looking in. They let the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs. But I think it's going to be close. I think there's going to be too much Henry, and I think Henry is going to show out. And I think even though that Aaron Rodgers is probably fixing to score a touchdown right here, I just have the feeling that the Tennessee Titans are going to come out and win this game. I'm sorry, Will. I just don't like Aaron Rodgers, and I want that last game to mean something because I don't want them to get the number 1 overall seed. I'm sorry. I just don't want it. So, but that's my predictions on tonight's game. And then Monday night, quick recap, Buffalo, New England. I guess you're going to pick Buffalo in that game?
Yeah. I mean, it's just a matter of how many points they're going to win by. I think that Cam Newton's had a pretty disappointing year, and Buffalo – it's kind of on a roll. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think Buffalo 34-14. Buffalo. No problem. What do you think?
Buffalo wrapped up their division. The only thing they can do is get the number 2 seed because Kansas City locked up to number 1. Do they really want that number? Does it really matter? Are they going to start resting people? I think they play against New England just to show out, prove that they are the best team. I think that they're going to win this game pretty handily. I think they're going to win by 10 points. I think Josh Allen's going to have a phenomenal day, and then that's the end of the New England Patriots for the year, and we don't have to talk about them anymore. That's my prediction. So,
Trey, one more thing. What's your take on Josh Allen?
I tell you what, I told everyone this. When he got drafted out of Wyoming, I'm like, why? And now he's proven me wrong. This guy has progressed every single year. And now he's looking very, very – he's top 3 in Canada MVP candidate this year. If it wasn't for Mahomes or Rodgers this year, we'd be talking about him as an MVP this year. He still might get for first-place votes. But
I agree.
Which is sad. I'm going to go back. MVP, man, Russell Wilson had a great first of the year.
Yes.
But now he's not going to get it. He's still not going to get a first-place vote. He's not going to get a vote for MVP, which is sad. It is very sad. He had to carry this team to what they are right now. And they wouldn't be where he's at, but he had those 3 bad games in a row, and that's going to cost them. So But hope everyone enjoys our show. Remember, always like, comment, and share our show. You get a free T-shirt at the end of the month if you're the lucky winner. I don't know if Nate has the right there. If you get a viewer of the month, all you got to do is comment, like, share our show, as Madison did today, as other people have done. If you do it more than anybody else at the end of the month, you'll get that awesome All Sports All Play Network T-shirt. And if you're too shy or you don't want to have it, comment, be part of the show for whatever reason it is, we all know. It says $25 right there. No, just contact one of the analysts on this show. We'll send it to you for $14.99 plus shipping and handling. All you got to do is contact one of the All Sports All Play Network analysts, and we'll be happy to give you that shirt to you. So hope everyone enjoyed the show. Michael, any final words or anything like that?
Trey, you are the man. I'm getting so much knowledge from, being on with you, and I appreciate that. And hopefully it's a great game tonight.
I agree. That means a lot for me. But, man, I love in your private – if y'all don't know, this guy knows his basketball in private chats, man. He's a historian. He knows everything. I learn a lot from him. So when it becomes Friday nights on the tip, man, this guy's going to know it. Remember, tomorrow, catch Real Talk tomorrow night, post game tomorrow night, Tuesday, Jock Talk at 9:30, Sports Minute Wednesday night. All these great shows. Come and watch us, and hope everyone, if you're not watching, you have the rest of the week off. Hope everyone has a great, happy New Year, and hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. For Michael, I'm Trey. This has been post-game, pre-game show, sports, whatever. We don't know what the show's called right now, but hope y'all enjoyed it, and hope y'all have a great rest of your holiday break. Until next time, guys, peace and love.
Good night.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so type the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.